Okay, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Dutch with D-Box Games. We're back with more Dragon Age Champions. I hope everybody is enjoying their morning. Thank you so much for Oh, Amanda, thank you so much for showing up so early. Hey, Earth Dragon. Hey, Annie. So, what we're going to be doing today is pretty much almost the same as we've been doing all the other days. We're going to be going back into the tournaments because there's a character in there that I need to have, but she has a day and 3 hours left. But there's something going on in 2 hours and basically 3 hours that we're in 8th place. We're sitting in a good standing, but I want to make sure I get a little bit higher if I can. Face cam, yay! Yeah, face cam has been down these last 3 days because I feel like from the medicine that I was taking, it's been a lot and my nose has been draining, so I'm sorry if my nose looks a little red. I have tissues all around my desk right now. I've been blowing my nose a lot, and then I have my cough drops and some other stuff around me. So I'm trying to keep my immune system up if I can. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic morning. I'm having a pretty good one. I feel clean. I just got to have a shower like an hour ago, so hopefully everything's working. I think chat is working. I think all my stuff's working. Hopefully bots are working. I don't know. We're just gonna get right into it. Do I have some dailies to accept? There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna pretty much do first is the thing that we do always. Every morning I get up, I try to check all my stuff, and then I go straight into campaign because they've made this so hard on me. And I go to Act 1 of Invasions of Demons, and I basically farm all these nodes. I don't even want these characters. Some of these characters already have 7-starred. Doesn't matter. You have to farm them for these green scrolls. You need like a bajillion. It says I have 31. You'd be like, oh man, that's quite a bit. Once you hit like tier... I think they're called tiers. Tier 2 to tier 3 of any of the abilities, it starts costing like 36 of these things. It's so incredible how frustrating that can be. So... we're just going to run through these really quick. We're hoping for the best, but honestly, I should start the other side because the scrolls start getting worse the more you go down this thing. It's, luck usually doesn't get better. This one's usually lucky for me. Let's see if we get 2. We got 4. It is a lucky one, so this is a good one. This one, I usually get the worst pulls. I usually get 1. Let's see if I can get 2. I got 2. Okay, so that's pretty good for that one. Usually I get 1 off that one. I usually do pretty good on that one. I feel like the percent is almost higher on him because he's an orc. I mean, that's probably wrong, but I've actually gotten pretty lucky on that one. If I only could farm one of these, that's the one I would farm every day. But now that's done. That sucks, right? That's the maximum we can do. That was the best we can do. Oh, I gotta move this over, or move this screen over. Hold on. Ah! Ah! I'm back. Hello. Hi. Okay, so I dropped that, but what I'm trying to do is move my other monitor over, which I might have some more complications. Just hold on. Oh my god, just wait. Just wait. It's only gonna get worse from here. Oh no. Is this working? I'm trying to see around it. Okay, so if I'm right here, see, like, it's more about there. Okay, that kind of works. Am I back? Am I back? Am I working? Is that okay? You can kind of see my mic. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is the HTC Vive camera. There's another one over here. That's what that is. The joys of Facecam. It's so much fun. Yeah, if Facecam wasn't here, I could see my chat. It's like right next to it. This is chat. This is y'all. So it was like right in the way. Nice beard, though. Thank you. I'm growing it out every now and then. I can only trim it up right now because I feel like my immune system being low has made my skin feel sensitive, so the more I shave, the more it kind of irritates my skin. It kind of hurts. So it just is what it is. This is about the best it can be. It is what it is. Also, this is my breakfast since I've been sick. It's like a really weird, healthy milkshake, basically, but without dairy, so it's not even tasting good. It's like I think we use almond milk or cashew milk, and then it has like chia seeds and some other healthy stuff in it. Thank you for the water. But it's not as good as it looks. It looks like a vanilla milkshake, but it's most definitely not. But this is my breakfast. Trying to get healthy. I'm trying to get healthy for everybody. So again, that was the best we can do on Invasion of the Demons. I wish I could do more. I can't. I'm probably now going to start knocking out my challenges first. I could do guild raid. Oh, I forgot to tell my guild that I was streaming. Here, I can just use my default. Just use that default. See if they like that. Send. That was all I had for now. I usually tell my guild that I'm streaming so that they can hop in. But I was a little bit sad if anybody from my guild, hopefully BFG hops in. I was hoping, well, no, BFG's at a wedding today. But I was hoping they could explain to me why we chose to do this one. I think someone told me it's because we have too many raid tickets, but I don't think there's a cap on raid tickets. At least not yet. I can ask the developer, but I believe that there's no raid ticket cap yet, and if there is one, it would be 100,000. I feel like being at 79,000, we're not too high up, and doing a tier 3 is not spending that many, and everybody can't get in. So if everybody is contributing to that number, I feel like it's hurting the people that contribute that didn't get a chance to get in that raid. Like Earth Dragon, you're in our guild, correct? At least I think you are. Where are you? Oh, are you not in the guild? Maybe you're not. There's Annie. There's Annie, 36. Oh, no, you're right there. You're right there. I forget because you changed your name. But not everybody gets in the guild or in the raid. And it's a bit sad because of how good the rewards can be. But I was thinking we do tier 4 again, maybe even tier 5. That's 30,000 tickets. That would easily make our tickets go down pretty low. I mean, that's like in a minute we could drop our tickets down. 28,000. But I don't know. I don't know. It's not my guild. It's fine. It's fine. It still works. It's just I hope that we can get to a point where everyone can feel like they got in. For instance, this person didn't get in. I know a few other people didn't. But we're trying. We're trying. So I'm going to knock out some challenges really quick. Oh my god, yes! Okay, Earth Dragon, if you haven't played this already, make sure you do this today. Ability scrolls are everything in this game. Wait, how close am I to 62? I'm 58? It's not going to happen. There's no way. Once you pass up like 30-ish, 30, 35, there's no way you're growing more than a level a day. Not unless you're spending a lot of money. Like, unless you're spending 10-ish or plus dollars a day, $10 to $20 a day, you're not going to be growing plus a level. It's just not going to happen. You're going to take about a day to 3 days the higher you get. So for me, it takes me about 2 to 3 days now to gain a level. Like yesterday, it took all yesterday and a little bit of the day before. So there's no way I'll get to 62 right here. But if we can 3-star this, that's 13 green scrolls. I need them. Need them so bad. I'm so desperate for scrolls right now. So we want to win this and we want to 3-star it. We have our healer. Can I use, yeah, what am I doing with this team? I can use Solus now. Apparently this hasn't come around since the Solus event, so we're going to use Solus. We're going to go all out on this one. So if we're going all out, I think my all out team has Hard Orc in the back. We have Solus as the lead because all allied members of the order receive a 12% physical damage increase and a 12% magical damage increase. And then all allied humans receive 5% counter chance, increase for living humans in the party. All allied elves, blah, 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 pandas. Wait, does this not do anything for orcs? Just order? Okay, might not use him as the lead then on this one. I thought it also did for everyone. Here, hold on. Because I believe they're clan. Yeah, they were clan, so they're not getting the bonus. Honestly, we're switching him out then. Okay. That's fine. Let's go to challenges, because I have to 3-star it. It's too important. Reaper, what's up, man? Where are we? Hey, it's been a while. Hey, what's going on? Oh, and just so everybody knows, I don't think everybody can see the chat that I'm seeing. We're going to try to fix that later on, where we'll have a chat popped up to where you can see what I see. So everybody can communicate, but we do have some people on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch right now. I'm on my Deepbox Apps channel and then Deepbox Games on Twitch. On Twitch, it's all going to be Deepbox Games, no matter how many channels I make in the future, because we do have 3 channels planned. No matter how many channels I have, it's always going to be Deepbox Games on Twitch. But on YouTube, I eventually will have 3 solid channels. Technically, we do have 3 channels. I just don't use the 3rd one just yet. But I do have like 2 videos made for it already, so I am doing stuff with it. But yeah, there's the link to Deepbox Apps if you'd at least like to go subscribe and help support us. But you can feel free to watch wherever you want. But welcome, Reaper. It has been a long time. How have you been? What's been going on? Stream Elements. Reaper has been following Deepbox Games for 2 years, 3 months, 12 days, and 23 hours. Thank you so much, Reaper. That's such a long time. Is this game that you can download on your phone? Yeah, it's a free game that you can download on your phone. I'm also in the Game Changers program for it. So I believe if you do !DC that it should pop up with a link to the game. So if you use that link, it lets the developers know that I'm doing my job by promoting the game. Also, you can play it with me. More than likely, depending on how this goes, I might be starting my own guild and letting everybody join my guild. That way I can run it the way I want. I like this guild and I like the way they're doing things. I just kind of want to move a little bit quicker. I'd like to be at T5s almost already, and if nothing else, I don't want to move. I don't want to backtrack. Backtracking, especially with how fast we got through with that last raid, it felt like we did it too quickly, and I was bummed for myself. Well, I actually got in there barely. There was like 3% left, and I jumped in, and I quickly got Annie in. So we both barely cut it, but it's not really what I wanted. I was hoping that we would all keep trying harder to get through 4 faster, but that's not the case. So I don't know. I can do that, or I can set up a Deepbox Games guild for anyone that's in my channel to join. But I actually do have 2 offers to join some of the top 5 to 10 guilds in just the game period, to join with the top players. And I don't know, I might take that offer up just because I do want to move a little bit quicker in the game. I'm trying to think where I should put Solus right now. You know what? We're going to switch this all up. This is going to be very different than what it usually looks like. Let's do him and Nightingale in the back. And then up front, let's put Hard Work. And then I usually use Kiara, but right now I'm going to get more of a buff for Orcs. So I'm wondering if I use Corcoran. Let's try it out. Let's try it. This is different. This is a very different team than I usually go for. I usually go for Arantha because I want her, I want Battle Poo, the little bear. I want Battle Poo to kind of help me out with an extra taunt, or I'm going to go with Kiara, which is going to make everyone invisible to help with the counter chance. In this instance, especially against a bunch of Revols, they do the AoE and they also put bleed damage with their first move. I'm thinking I'm not going to get too much help there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some buffs on our Solus, make sure our healer stays alive, and then we're going to quickly, very quickly and efficiently try to take out as many Revols as we can before it gets out of hand. He's going to tank in a second. I can't remember his name. Is it Salvador? I think I can click him. Yeah, Salvador. He's going to tank any second now with his middle move. So basically we're trying to do as much damage as we can right there before he does that, before he tanks. Or taunts. Now that he's taunting, let's hit him with everything we have. He seems like he's pretty weak tank. Oh, it's because there's 13. So we're just going to run through him. That should defeat him. Whoa, it didn't defeat him. Honestly, I would rather Revol do the AoEs like that than do the bleed damage. Their bleed damage is insane. Look at those stuns! That is why you put potency on Tromguard. That's potency right there working. Okay, we have to hit him. Sad. Let's work on you. Let's take you out for a second. Let's heal. I cannot lose Hard Orc. We're going to save his ability block. His middle move is an AoE that does ability block on everyone. We're going to offense up, hit a little bit harder. But it's a really good move. It's a really good one. Let's hit there. Let's do cheat death up. Oh, gosh. Hold on. I'm missing chat. 1 second. Let me finish this. I like to try to stay focused because it's easy in these harder matches to lose a character. And I can lose a character and still win, but I need everyone at 3 stars if I want to farm it. So please bear with me for a moment while I just keep finishing this up. Next few characters, we have Revol. We have, what was your name? Bori. He's one of the characters you can't farm yet. And then we have the Pride little Raven. I'm thinking, okay, from past experiences, this Raven is usually really easy to take out. So let's quickly try to get him out. Let's put Taunt and Counter. Let's see if we get Daze. We got 1 Daze back here. That's going to be good. Let's get a double hit right there. Didn't take him out, though. Okay, there are 8 people. Okay, so 4 after this. So let's... You know what? I'm not going to ability block for a reason. Anyone playing this, you think ability block's great, right? Because if you're fighting, let's say, Tromguard, which is pretty much the best tank in the game. If you stop him from taunting or healing using his second or third ability, congratulations, you just made Tromguard a lot weaker, but yet his original move is still going to stun. With Revol, his original move is going to put a lot of bleed damage. I'm afraid that if I use ability block, I'm forcing them to use the move that I don't want them to use. Like that, I would rather them use that AoE or something else that doesn't do as much damage. It does damage, but I have a healer. I can heal back up. I'm not really too worried about that. We're going to take these guys out while Revol is stunned, or at least try to. Save that ability block. I'm still saving all my big stuff for the last one. I don't know who they're going to pull out next, and I'm not worried, but I want to make sure I 3-star it again. That's what's the most important right now. Take out Revol. Oh, my God. Okay, with all the stuff going on, I forgot to wear my headphones. This is why I was probably talking low, too. I usually talk louder when I have my headphones on. Also, oh, my God. I knew I should have been afraid. This is the character, Earth Dragon. You know about this. I was telling y'all about this is like the best healer. You can't farm this character, but she is scary. Her heals are so good, they are actually terrifying. Because if she heals and he does his stupid taunt, I don't know how I'm going to get through this with 3 stars. It's that hard. We have to get a stun on her, and we have to take her out now. Come on, get out. Okay, that seemed easy, but I promise if this turtle would have gotten a taunt before we took her out, it would have been over. As good as it looks on my side, over. She's so bad. I mean, I want that character so badly. She is so freaking cool. She's so cool. Oh. Here we go with the taunt. Now we need to make sure we get some heals on Solus. Make sure we're taunting on Tromguard so we don't get hit on Solus again. Let's heal up. Okay, once we do... There we go. I would auto it, but again, I really want to make sure I get 3 stars. Anything could happen. There we go, 3 stars. Do I need to scroll up at all? Let me see. Earth Dragon has been following for 9 months, 21 days, 17 hours. Nice, you've almost done a full year. Now, the crazy thing, Reaper, is that Earth Dragon has more hours watched of my channel than anyone that's ever watched my channel. Reaper might remember baseball and maybe even Lycan and some other people. They've never come close to Earth Dragon's hours. She spent more time in the channel, even though she hasn't been here for years. I know some of you have actually been here for 2 to 3 years. Since I started. I started almost exactly 3 years ago, like 2 weeks ago. Literally. I believe it was October. No, actually, it might be a month ago. It might have been September when I started. And they're a close channel. Wait. And you are those channels. You have 41,000 subscribers. Yeah, we have 41,000 subscribers. We're doing good. Look at your second channel, and there are 40... and you have 41,000 subscribers. Yeah, no, the second channel is the main channel. D-Box Apps is the new one because we got partnered. We got Game Changer program for a app. And I didn't want to put it in with the games because I mostly do survival games or bigger games like maybe some Assassin's Creed. I know we're doing Pokemon Sword and Shield when that comes out on D-Box Games. I know we're going to be doing, Star Wars Fallen Jedi. That's definitely going to be on D-Box Games. And Diablo and the new Darksiders. The new Darksiders, I believe, is going to be like a Darksiders, the new Darksiders is going to be like a Diablo-ish game. It's going to be more of a top-down 4-player. So those games will definitely be on D-Box Games. I want to keep it there for that. Those like titles that I like, those games. And then apps are going to be over here. So just keeping it different. How's your diet stuff going? Last time I was here, you had a diet issue and drank a lot of naked juices. I still do. I love those things. My favorite naked juice is the Green Machine. It's mostly like kale, broccoli, other great God, what is it? It's like there's some type of grass in there, and there's all these weird things, but then there's also just like a little bit of apple and banana, like something to sweeten it up and give it some natural sugars. But that's still my favorite, Reaper. But right now I'm drinking this. It's like chia seeds and maybe cashew milk. I'm kind of hoping it's cashew milk. Cashew milk's thicker, but it might be almond milk. I don't know. A little vegan protein powder. I don't know. It smells really funky. I haven't drank in any of it, but this is my breakfast. I'm still doing the diet thing. It's weird. It's off and on. Sometimes I still have my cheat days. Like if I get really, I've noticed dieting can get really depressing. I can get depression from it. Like my depression can ramp up because I'm not feeding myself sometimes with comfort foods, or I'm not overeating some of those things that can make you kind of feel temporarily a little better. So sometimes I cheat. Sometimes I'll do something like I believe it was a week ago. It might have been less than that, but I think it was Papa John's or somebody. No, Domino's. Domino's was doing something for cancer where if you bought this pizza deal, basically you were donating money towards children with cancer, and it was like proceeds go to that. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna cheat, best day to cheat is to help kids with cancer. So I cheated. You know, that's how it is for me. I still cheat every now and then, but I try my best. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, I regret that so hard. Oh. That's going to take a second. I just realized that... Oh, you can see it on stream. Look, that's all foam. That's foam. Ugh, it's so bad. It's so gross. If the foam wasn't there, I wouldn't have gagged. Oh. Okay, let me catch up with chat. You haven't got Reggie yet because already got him at level 31. Nice. Oh. Oof, needed her. You talking about Rantha? Need to use Cruel so you can copy here and try it out. Yes, copy would be fun. I really just need to level her up. Annie's been here 4 years, 2 months, 20 days, 20 days, 11 hours. Nice. I'll be shocked if Annie isn't beating us all in hours. I would be very surprised, but Annie doesn't count. Annie doesn't count for 2 reasons. She always has her account up to be a moderator, even if she's not present. And then also, she's been with me since we started the original channel 4 years, 2 months, 20 days, 11 hours ago. If that's her hours, that means that's the exact moment when I was like, you know what? Let's make a channel called Deepbox Games. I remember we were at an apartment, and I streamed one day of Subnautica, and I actually got lucky. I think I had like 9 or 10 people that day. This is a long time ago. This is 4 years, 2 months ago. And I got a lot of people, but then I got sick. I get sick a lot. But I was in the hospital for a little while, and I got sick, and then when I got out, I was not mentally healthy enough to stream. So I just quit on the idea until we moved because the apartment apparently wasn't good. Apparently the doctor couldn't figure out why I was sick, and we thought it was something in the apartment. And then we moved out of the apartment. The apartment actually gave us our money back. And then the apartment complex shut down because they found out that they had like mold and all this other stuff in their walls. So the entire apartment shut down. So it did seem like it was the apartment. It was pretty bad. And then after that, I had to move back in, or we moved in with my parents for like 3 months while we were getting back on our feet. Got a new apartment. And as soon as we got that new apartment, almost a year later, I guess, from the moment that it happened, we started streaming again. We tried it again and it worked out, and here we are. So I know my channel says we've been doing it for 4 years, but it's been less than 3 easily when you count the amount of time I've spent in a chair. In fact, this last year seems like I've taken almost the entire year off, sadly. That really bummed me out. I did not want to leave. Please don't die. I need the 3-star. Oh, and he dies anyways. He dies without even being touched. He just died because I said it. Gotta get past the foam. Once I finish mine, I'm gonna go to the store. Okay. Why don't you play Last Day on Earth? It's a zombie game. Are you talking to me? Earth. Wait, why don't you play The Last Day on Earth? It's a zombie game. What is it? It's a zombie game. It's called Last Day on Earth. I'm trying to think if I know it, because usually I watch zombie games. If I don't play them, I watch them. I really like zombie games. I really do. Something about just, and this is going to sound stupid, or wrong at least, mass murdering is a lot of fun in creative ways. For instance, I believe it's called Dead Rising. I think is what it's called. But it's really just kind of a goofy nonsense game where you kind of go around just murdering zombies. And you pick up different objects or different things and you forge them together into a weapon. I love that game. I like just kind of sometimes hanging out, not having too much of a mission, And I'm talking about the last Dead Rising, not the first two, where you have a timer, and it's, to me, that's horrible. I hate a timer on a zombie game. So if there's a timer on Last Day on Earth, I might not like it. But if there's no timer and I get to walk around, I will enjoy that. I do like zombie games. I need the fox and the raven. Wait. I need the fox and the raven is Raggy. I also think he's farmable, though. Wait. Through clan and order. Yeah, no, he is. But I don't suggest farming him. I would farm right now. I would either farm your orcs because they're a very solid team. If you play Marvel Strike Force, it's like farming the defenders, which everybody knows is like the starter team to make sure you're going to be okay. So I would farm orcs. And then if I had to choose a different faction right now, I would either go with elves or maybe humans because of Solus and Cruel. But honestly, I'm hearing more people talking about elves than humans. I'm kind of still farming humans, but I am farming elves at the same time. But I would go within those factions. We definitely did hear that there are going to be a new Pride character. The next Pride character will be the healer, but we do not know that the next character will be Pride. It could be anything. It's just we know that for Pride, when they release something, it will be a healer. We did get that confirmation from devs, but we're not 100%. So, you know, doing the best we can. Just make a good informed decision. But Pride is pretty much the team I've stayed away from the most, because as cool as they look, they haven't figured them out yet. But again, farming Pride might be the smart choice if you skip everything else and you're free to play. Maybe, wait, the raid is over. You got 13th. It's kind of poopy. Maybe that's smart. Think about it that way, that if you farm Pride now, whenever their event does come up or whenever they are useful, you'll be on top of it. You'll be all the way leveled up, and being free to play, you can't always kind of dip into other factions. So maybe it's better for you that way. Maybe that's a smart way. Though I think I joined the channel when you, Annie, Lycan, and one other person were on Aberration breeding rock drakes and trying to get Reaper Kings with the Army of Bulldogs. You were there for my favorite stream ever. No joke. Who was that? Omni Metro? Is that how you say his name? It might have been. He was one of my all-time favorite people. No joke. He was someone that was very quiet. He mostly lurked in my channel. He almost never talked. But I knew he was there. I knew he supported me. And he was, I believe it was Metro. It might not have been. It could have been someone else. I'll try to remember his name. It was always hard. But he literally got so mad on that stream, the Aberration stream, which we did great. And we had so much fun. But eventually, there was someone named Silver or Silver something. It was something like that. But it was a kid. It was a child that had tons of money and just came in here and kept donating, kept trying to buy the channel basically from me. He was like, oh no, you got to do what I want because I'm donating and stuff. Just horrible little child, not understanding what's what. And he made Metro so angry that he left my channel indefinitely. I have messaged him back. I've apologized. I've banned that other person. I've done everything I can to get that guy back. But he's a grown man and he doesn't play around. And that was it for him. That was it for him, and it made me really sad because he was one of my all-time favorite people. It made me sad that I lost him. Lycan was so-so. I was really just trying to find another person to start collaborating with, but he never wanted to collaborate. He just wanted to do stuff for me, or I do stuff for him. But it was never like he would do his own stuff or start growing his channel on his own. It was always about me doing it for him, or me coming up with the idea for him, or him trying to steal more of my catchphrases or something. That was kind of another reason I don't collaborate with very many people. It never really works out. It usually ends up with me doing all the work and them reaping the benefits. And then when I say, hey, why don't you promote me on your channel also? And they're like, I'm small, you're bigger, you're helping me out. I don't need to help you, you're fine. I hate it when people say that. No matter if you're at 5 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, if someone helps you or you're collaborating with somebody, you both equally promote each other. That's, for me, that's always. You don't ever play around with that one. Reset tower, let's start over. Basically, I'm going to do some tower really quick. Try to get my greens up before I go in. Really quick, let me check and make sure that my tournament is doing okay. We're at 2 hours. I mean, we're at 2 hours. I'm going to let it get a little bit closer and try to get past this foam. It's so gross. Find me. We're in 8th. 8th is still purple. Yeah, That's fine. That's fine. We're going to go tower now. But I'm kind of happy all that stopped. I do miss streaming Arc Aberration, though. So much. That actually might be a game that I might go back to. Just Aberration. Aberration in general. My favorite all-time tame. I mean, I've loved some tames. I love a Griffin. It gets me around the map quick. I love Quetzals. It helps me carry stuff. I love a lot of different tames. But my all-time favorite personal tame that wasn't very useful, but I just loved it. It was like an actual pet to me. It was my favorite. It made me want to log in. Was Brucey Bruce, my Ravager. Bruce was my all-time favorite tame that I ever had. If you ever watched Slipgator, he had his Carno. That would be my Carno. That would be my Charlie. Man, I miss Bruce. Miss Brucey Bruce. I need... Whenever the new DLC comes out, I don't care if it's in there or not. Everybody's going to see me. I'm going to force spawn a Ravager in there if they're not already in there. I won't use it. If it's not already in the game, I won't use it for actual taming or doing anything specific. But I will use it, and it will be mine. I miss Bruce so much. My little Ravager. My little baby pup. But yeah, that was the best. I missed that stream. Those were so fun. They were so fun. That was back when I could really sit in a chair for hours and hours and just keep playing Ark. Can't do that as much anymore. Now I'm stuck keeping my streams to about an hour, 2 tops. I've noticed at 2 hours, my pain just is too high to sit down. Usually at 2 hours I have to get off or I have to deal with it. Dude, we need to get on the server and head to the Aberration Zone and get some Ravengers. I know. I'm down for some Ravengers. Again, I just don't like streaming with people anymore. I don't like YouTubing with people anymore. It's less about me controlling the situation and people respecting that this is my job and this is actually how I make my living and this is how I get more of a living is by promoting things or making sure that my channel's being promoted or making sure that I get my stuff done on time. Like when I need help building, we focus building. We don't just start taming or doing other things. We do what we set out to do. And it seems like every person I collaborate with, Lycan, Snaker, Reniculous, just anybody, doesn't matter who I collaborate with, they just want to tame. They tame, slow down the server, slow down the progress of doing something. So I just don't really want to stream or anything with anyone anymore, at least for right now. I'm trying to at least do it with other YouTubers that respect that this is a job and it's the only source of income I get and that I want to move up in life. I don't want to keep backtracking myself and I don't want to keep slowing myself down while or by just doing just nonsense, just constantly just taming mostly. Taming is what everybody goes for. No matter who I talk to, they're always like, let's just tame. And that's not how you make money in this. It's not how you make views, which is everything. If you don't want to make views, why are you wasting your time streaming? Why are you wasting your time doing anything that's like this? This is basically being a really pooped on salesman is what being a broadcaster is. In the nicest form. Okay, I'm going for the foam. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I'm not fond of the way it tastes. I'm not fond. Valdemir is back. Oh. No thanks. I don't like this. I don't like that taste. That taste is not that great. Yeah, see again, that's not for me. Yeah. I wish I could, Earth. I wish I still lived in that world. I'm far past it. Yeah. I could always talk to you about YouTube stuff personally. I don't want to really talk too much about on a stream. It gets so negative so quickly. I'd like to be positive about it, but I do know that you did start a channel and you do want to know about editing and stuff. But to be honest, the rough truth is nobody's that perfect at editing. There are plenty of videos on the internet to try to get to the best that you can be, but I know almost very little about editing. to the point that Annie literally has to almost come back and forth babysitting me while I edit to make sure I don't mess up my videos. So I don't know enough to teach you, and Annie doesn't have enough time to teach anyone else. So it's rough. And then on top of it, every kid asks me if they could be a streamer, if they could do stuff. And the honest truth is, if you're young and you don't have full support from your parents, you have zero chance. You have zero chance of making it in this industry, because without a parent, you won't understand what the industry even is. Like, I can't count how many times today, just today, this morning, how many people direct messaged me to say, can you come watch my Fortnite stream? If you even have a thought in your head that you can make it at doing Fortnite, you're crazy. You're crazy. I mean, Ninja, the #1 Fortnite streamer, would not have made it at Fortnite. Would not have made it at all at Fortnite if he wasn't already known for being a competitive player. People think he was just like, oh, Ninja, he just like started playing Fortnite and got famous. He was already doing this for like 7 years or something, 6-7 years, struggling, trying, growing a community, competitively playing, joining contests. It's not just streaming. Everybody thinks it's just about streaming. You have to get out in the world. You have to actually be old enough to have your own car. You have to drive places. You need to have money and a job. If you don't have a job, how are you paying for your own business cards? How are you paying to get to TwitchCon to advertise yourself in a professional manner? Kids think that it's okay just to go stream to stream and promote yourself, or do it the wrong way. That's the wrong way. That's how you tick people off and make enemies. The right way is to go out in your community, do it that way, and try to pass out business cards. Whatever job you work, try to see if any of your coworkers that like you, that are your friends, see if they'll maybe hang out with you. And then the biggest thing I can tell people that is just thumbs up on what to do, go to TwitchCon. Go to TwitchCon and screw talking to people, screw bringing your friends. Don't do any of that. Bring business cards, look presentable, and know that you're going for a job application, and go talk to developers. My first year at TwitchCon, I came back with 4 sponsorships, and I came back with way more free stuff than that. That was just full-on sponsorships. I also came back with tons of free stuff. So when I get more money to go back to TwitchCon, I hope to go next year, because that's where the opportunities are. Because this is a job. Hey, Evie. Bye, love you. Annie's going to the store now, so she left Evie with me. Oh, might want to open the door a little bit more so Evie can get in and out. But it's a full-time job. And it's not a fun one. You're going to get paid a lot less than you ever would being at McDonald's or anywhere else. You're going to make pretty much no money, so you need to have a job. You need to be able to support yourself, or have someone else support you, a parent or a loved one. Like Annie mostly supports me, plus I had a job for the first 1.5 years while doing this. It wasn't until I was at 20-something thousand subscribers and was making over 15,000 views a day before I ever quit my job. I still to this day make over 15,000 views a day on my YouTube channel. It's overall. Just barely keeps the lights on. But it's tough. I don't suggest this to any kid. Anybody that can still have a life for themselves. I know they all are so eager for it, but I wouldn't do it. I would try for everything that gives you a paycheck first. I would use this as a last resort, or you get the job you wanted and you're making lots of money, but you have spare time, so you're like, you know what? That's what I want to do in my spare time, is be a streamer. That's how I would look at it. I would not look at it as, oh, I'm going to do this and be a millionaire somehow. Not happening. Especially doing art. Oh my gosh. Yeah, already trying to learn with Premiere Pro in my design class, and the instructor had to cut that grade out due to how dramatic it can be, though naturally Ninja was on the Masked Singer once. I don't know, but I guess that's a thing. I actually saw his Masked Singer thing, again, because he was so famous for Fortnite. He's also been on Jimmy Fallon, he's been on other things, but none of that has to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about, how did Ninja become a Fortnite streamer? How did Ninja just become famous? It's not that he sat in a chair, and it's not because he got on the Masked Singer and then people loved him. He got on the Masked Singer because he makes more than every famous professional person that is in the Masked Singer. The Masked Singer, if you actually watch the episode of the Masked Singer, you have Dr. Kin, you had God, I can't remember all their names, but you had the 4 extremely famous people. That one guy, is it Robin Thicke or however you say his name, but his dad was a famous actor that was in Growing Pains. He is a famous musician. And Ninja makes probably 3 times more per year than that guy does easily. So Ninja was making a little over $500,000 a year, or oh my God, way more than that, $500,000 a month just off his Twitch revenue. And again, everybody says that was his whole revenue. That wasn't. That was just Twitch revenue. That wasn't YouTube. That wasn't endorsements. That wasn't everything. But again, he wouldn't have done any of it if he didn't sit in a chair and grind it out and go to conventions and go to contests and compete and work at it. He didn't just sit in a chair. He didn't just brag to other people's streams. He didn't do it the wrong way. He did it the right way, which takes... I don't know. I've talked to several big streamers. Several. Firefox, Dan Otage. I've like hung out with them. Sh55. So many of my favorite streamers and YouTubers, like big people, and they all tell me the same thing. Anyone that wants to do this, you're gonna have a 7 to 10 year route if you make it. If you don't make it, it's gonna be a lot longer than that. Everybody gets their ups and downs where, oh, this year I'm doing great, I'm making tons of money, I'm gonna quit my job, but then it goes down, it goes up and down. It usually, to get it steady, takes about 7 to 10 years. You could ask anybody else and they could lie to you, but I'm actually being real right now. I'm actually being honest. That is me spending a lot of money going to conventions and talking to real people and friending them over years and getting real information from them. That's the honest truth. If you want to believe in something else, go for it. I hope everybody lives their best life. But I'd also like to help people out. It's rough, and it's by far not the most fun job. If you want to be yourself, don't do this job. Do whatever makes you happy. I have ranted for too long. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop ranting. I gotta get back into this game. I could just rant forever about how much this is not what people think it is. Come on. Okay, make everybody invisible. We need the taunt. Got the taunt. Does this offense up? Crit damage up. I'm thinking... I'm just going to throw it on Tromguard because I'm pretty much not trying to hit Tromguard as much as humanly possible. I don't want to do that. Because the more I hit him, the more he's going to be countering. Oh, I should have thought about that. He can't counter someone that's invisible. I should have went with poison. See, I'm already misplaying. I got to get my head back in the game. Got to get back in the game. Get some stuns down. There we go. Getting super lucky. Perfect, perfect. Let's hit that. Let's go here. Let's take that out. Boom. Take that person out. Let's take that one out next. And then we got you. Here we go. Awesome. Last thing I will say, though, really quick. I know that we probably don't have too many people in here. But to anybody that does want to be a streamer, honestly, and I'm being very honest about this, YouTuber, it still counts, even though you'd think it wouldn't. If you truly take this to heart and you truly listen to this, because it really is my best advice I could give, save up your money, whatever money you have, do what you can, do what's necessary, and go to TwitchCon. I will hopefully be going to TwitchCon this next year if I have the money. Owning the house and everything else has gotten pretty expensive, so I don't know if I'll make it next year. It depends on how the channel does. But pretty soon I'll probably start a donation thing and see if we can get to TwitchCon next year. But anyone that can make it to TwitchCon, not only will I meet you there and try to help in any way I can, but it's the smartest thing you can do. But do know that there is on Friday and Saturday morning of every convention I go to, I do not hang out with anybody. Just know that. So nobody get butthurt if you show up to TwitchCon and I shun you away. I'll say hey. I'll say hi. I will tell everybody when I eat lunch and dinner. I always hang out with people after the convention on day 1, 2, and 3. But day 1 is all business. And I'll even show you all my business plan so you could try to copy it. But I never let people walk around with me because I'm talking to developers. I have worked really hard growing a relationship with developers, and I did try my first year let some of the fans walk around with me, and when other people would walk around with me and I would be like, hey, blah, blah, this is my name, this is what I'm doing. Once I started getting a rapport And the person was like, you know, I really like what you're doing, blah, blah. I like what you're saying. Here's some free stuff. Also call me or email me, and we'll talk about doing some more on your channel. Like 3 people would come up behind me and be like, hey, I also am starting a channel. I'm not big or anything, but shake my hand. I want to do this too. That's completely rude. You never cut off someone you're with and try to gain onto that, because then that person doesn't want to talk to anybody. That ruins it for me and all of us. It doesn't help. So that's, I don't want to sound mean, but my day 1 of a convention, I don't talk to anybody, nobody. I just talk to developers. Day 2 on the morning, I'm trying to meet back up with the developers, help them in any way that I can for free. I know that sounds stupid to a lot of y'all or a lot of people out there, but you help for free. Hey, can I help you set up? Hey, can I help you get some things out? And don't use it as a moment to advertise. Help them and then walk away and go help somebody else. They remember that. Might not be your first year that you make it or that you get in good with a developer, but I promise you, I've done this. Your second year, you meet that developer, they remember you by name. Maybe not your name, but your channel's name. Like, I can't count how many people are like, D-Box, oh man, it's so good to see you. You gonna help out? What's up? And it's like, that's what you're looking for. You're looking on gaining a real rapport with people, real relations with people. Don't fake caring, actually care. If you care, people will notice it. Not immediately. It takes time and a lot of patience. But that's it. That's all I have. I'm done ranting for the rest of the day, probably the rest of the week about Twitch or YouTube. But that's the best advice I have for anybody that wants it. I don't really have any other advice. Go to TwitchCon, talk to developers, and be professional. Treat it like a job, because it is a job. It's a source of income for the people that do it, and it's the only way they can live. So treat it like that, and you will go far. Don't treat it like a game where everybody's supposed to love you, where everybody is supposed to accept you for you, where, oh, if I want to cuss, I can cuss. If I want to be like this, I could be like that. If I want to do that, I'm going to do that. If I want to play a different game every day, people should accept me for that, or it's their fault. Don't do that. This is a job. This is a customer service job. You don't always get what you want. Doesn't mean you can't have what you want eventually, though. Not to discourage anybody. Eventually you can get what you want if you get there big enough. But you have to give people something first. This is why, in going forth to make my game, got the concept art for the beginning creature done. Need to make a character art, write down the actual dialogue script, make a 3D models, and make the beginning map area with quest points. Then make the interface before even trying to release a demo. Ugh, I need more gold so I can get Tromguard. You definitely need more gold to get Tromguard. And again, I will easily talk more with you personally if you'd like to, Earth. But I can tell you I'm not the person to talk to. I have more negative things to say about things like that than positive. And not negative in the sense that I want you to stop. I say live your... Again, I want everybody to be as happy as they can be as long as they don't affect other people's happiness. So, like, you like loud music? Play it as loud as you can. But if it's so loud that other people can hear it and they don't like it, turn it down a little bit. Be as happy as you can without disturbing other people's happiness. That's my philosophy in life. Just be as happy as you can. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, I'm fine. That's my thing. Like, if you drink, get as drunk as you want. I don't care. As long as you are getting alcohol poisoning and hurting yourself or hurting people around you, or you're not driving drunk, then you're now affecting everyone else's happiness. That's wrong. But you can have happiness in moderation, and that's how I feel about things. So if you want to develop a game, develop that game. Develop it. But know that this game has 9 people and had to get some of the biggest YouTubers in apps. Not me, obviously. I'm probably the smallest person they have. I'm the 5th smallest person they have. Like Mobile Gamer, Casino. I guess Valley Flying counts, even though he's pretty much just, you know, Mobile Gamer's lackey pretty much. But you get what I'm trying to say. You can do anything you want, but know and understand the industry and understand how much time it takes. And as a game developer, if that's what you're trying to be, Earth, if you want to be a game developer, I would quit streaming altogether. I would just, any thought or anything, that isn't going to help you. If that, like, pick one. Do you want to be a streamer or a game developer? The game developer, you're going in the right direction. You're definitely trying hard. Just make sure that you, I don't know where you live, and don't put it in chat. I'm not curious or anything. But if you live near California, I would try my best to get to TwitchCon. Again, it might be a reality check for you to meet people that have amazing, amazing qualifications, amazing college degrees. No offense to you, but you are still a kid in high school. They are so much smarter than you and know so much more about game development than you. It's incredible. Not saying you'll never get there. You will. I know you can. You have a great brain. But they're so high above you, and when you see how hard they're trying, and it's a team of like 3 to 5 people, and they're begging streamers to play their demos or to do this and that, it's a hard life. You can go almost your entire life and never get one successful game out, and you will be hungry most of your days. Sorry, I have to sit up. I have to put my knees up. Ugh, that lump is hurting. But it's tough. It's really tough. It's really tough. I do wish you all the best. You know I'll help out. But I can only do so much. America. That's where I live. That's where people should know that you live. Yeah. If someone wants to say where you live, the most I will do without timing you out is a state. You can do countries. I love countries. I really actually I like hearing about countries. If someone's like, man, I live in blah blah blah, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. You know, like I get some people from Australia sometimes. I've gotten some people from all over. I love hearing about that, but please don't say cities. I will time you out if you say a city. I have to. I have to. It's in the Twitch law. You're not supposed to talk about age. You're not supposed to talk about your cities. Give any personal information for addresses. And if you're under the age of 13 and you admit to it, I'm supposed to block you and ban you. So that's actually how the rules go. I don't like it. I mean, I do. It keeps it safe. But at the same time, it's kind of a butthead. But it is what it is. But yeah, being a game developer is hard. I know so many amazingly smart people that I try to help out, and they don't go anywhere. Think of Earth Dragon. You know, I mean, obviously you know Ark, Survival Evolved, and you play it a lot. Just know that most of the people, if not all the people that make mods for that game, have tried developing their own game, and all of them have crashed and burned hardcore. So my best advice to someone developing a game, and this is just from the outside experience, I don't have as much experience with wanting this, so it's different than my my being a streamer, being a YouTuber advice. My advice to someone making a game, I think, would be humble first, and don't get greedy. This isn't to offend anybody, but for instance, if you are a child of any sort, and when I say child, I mean under the age of 25, by the way. I don't mean a teenager. 25, even my age, I'm 31. It takes a lot of growing up, and even if you do grow up a lot, it takes a lot of experience getting out into the world and talking to people and meeting people and hearing about their experiences. It really teaches you so much about things. And from what I've met in game developers that make it, it's because they work with good people, and they try really hard to make something that everyone wants to play. They're not just making something that people want to spend money in. Don't just go for a microtransaction or something you think people would spend money in. And I'm going to give a hurtful example really quick to somebody. I hope he's not in this stream right now. But Mystic Academy is the greatest example of being... I don't know how to say it nicer than this. Of being a failure. That's the hard truth right there. If you are watching Mystic, I'm sorry. Or if you see this in the future, I'm sorry that I have to say it that way, but it is true. It's the best example of having talent, being able to create a game that people want to play, and just being so stubborn and selfish and money hungry that he shoots himself in the foot. So I wish you the best of luck, Earth Dragon. I'll stop my rant there, but please don't think about money if that's where you're going. Don't think about... This is my least favorite sentence that I've heard from game developers. If everybody just gave me $1, I'd have $1 million and I could make the best game that everyone wants to play. So if they would just give my game a chance, I'd already give them what they want. They just need to trust me first. Don't ever say that, please. That's a quote, by the way. That's an actual quote from somebody. And it's sad. It's sad. Don't let that be what stops you from living your dreams. You know? Don't let money get in the way of making and developing a great game that you're proud of and that you're interested in. Make sure it's something that not only you care about, but you're constantly asking others. Don't get selfish. Say, hey, do y'all like this? Is this interesting to y'all, or is it just me? Do y'all like these character designs, or is it just me? Ask around, get people's opinions, try hard. Don't close yourself in. That's how you end up with all the stupid things that Mystic has sent my way saying, hey, man, why can't you show off this new game that I'm developing? It's amazing. Everybody would love it. It has, God, the last one. Earth Dragon, you might have actually liked the last game he developed. It was, he sent it to me. It was a game all about dragons, like little dragons and big dragons and other stuff like that. It was just boring as crap. And you're basically, it's almost like a crappy Dark Souls with almost no difficulty. But you basically sit there, and the objective is he writes in what is it? He writes in the dialogue, and then he makes like little small fetch quests, and then basically after going through that, you are going to gain armor for farming certain things that you kill. And I mean, it was basically another Ark-ish Dark Souls ripoff that it has no point, and I can tell you now, if it's not a big title, very few people want to spend the time to support it, because there's no backup to it. There's no like, oh, well, you know, every week or every month we're updating. And also on top of that, bug fixes. How often can you fix your game? Being one person, never is the answer. This is 9 people on this game. This is 9 people, and they've been doing hot fixes every single day, sometimes 2 a day, because the game is broken so many times. Their Halloween event came out on Halloween. It was 4 days late, and now it had to go in like into November. It's rough. It's rough. I would say it's so much harder than being a streamer or a broadcaster or whatever you'd like to be. That's a rough one. Kind of seeing already how not to be a game developer, cough cough, the Isles, Game of Dragons, cough cough. But yeah, most of game development is making what people want to play. Oh, cough cough, the Isles is excellent compared to what it could be. Point being that if you think that that's bad, you haven't even entered the realm of where you start. Just know your place. I know that that's a hurtful thing that a lot of parents will say to a kid, but you need to know your place. I know my place. My place is way down here. There's up here where you have like a good job, you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever. Then you're like, you know, normal jobs like retail or Walmart or whatever. And then there's salespeople. And then there's broadcasters and content creators. We're basically the lowest because we're still selling stuff like a salesman, but we're not even making as much money as you would working at Walmart or McDonald's. We're nowhere near as helpful as someone that's a doctor or a lawyer or some big job, you know, even construction or something. So you really need to know where you're at. And being a game developer, you are about as low as you can be. You're going to beg people to play your game. And if you're not humble about the way you beg people, if you don't boost their confidence a little bit and go, hey, no, you know what? Your channel's really great with your 20 subscribers. You're doing good, and I see that you're this or that. You're kind of what I'm looking for. Please, I hope you play my game. You can't be like, hey, you have 20 subscribers. You need my game. You need this because it's going to help you get this, this, and this. If you come at people like that, you're just going to hurt their feelings. They're going to hurt their feelings, and they're going to get away from you. So if you went up to the developer, I've actually met them for the Isles. They would laugh at you if you were like, that's a bad game. There are so many horrible, hundreds of games per month, if not per year, of horrible Steam games that come out that are where you're going to be at. Not that your game's bad, but it's where you'll be. Starting a new game with no IP, you have never, ever tried actually talking with the owner or developers that help push Steam or for Apple or Android. This last update got pushed back from Apple 3 times. Like, to get certain things out, like if you ever have a microtransaction, you're actually going to have to talk with big companies that are going to shut you down so quick, and you're going to be just spending half your time developing the games is going to be this much, promoting your games this much, and then getting your game out is like all of it. It's so hard. It's such a hard road. Strenuous. It's crazy. It's crazy. Obviously, I wish you all the best. I would love to know more game developers. That's not the problem. But I remember, to throw you under the bus a little bit, I remember when I tried helping you out with doing emotes for people, and you came in strong, like you've been doing emotes for like 10 years. You literally went for like some of the biggest emote people, and when I said you might want to calm it down a little bit, you said, I know my worth. So you might want to know, if you've never worked in the industry, you could be the best artist that's ever been. Nobody gives a crap. Everybody wants you to pay your dues. Everybody wants you to start at the bottom, because nobody knows. Art isn't the biggest thing. Again, developing's not the biggest. Art's not the biggest. In games, and being a streamer, playing a game's not the biggest. It's all about how you manage yourself. How do you treat others? What are you willing to do? I worked for free for so long at this, for so many development companies. Even now, I'm in a Game Changers program working for free while mobile's getting paid $15. $15. Every time someone clicks his link, I get 0. But I don't care. It doesn't hurt me, because I know if I keep doing this, eventually I'll make the money. I make nothing now, so that someday I can pay my dues and I can get to where I want to be. And that's a 7 to 10 year plan for me. So I was really hoping you do it for free, or for like $5 or something. Something really low to get a lot of stuff under your belt, to get some art out there, to get your name. Everything is about promoting yourself, getting your name out there, being someone that people want to be around. It's almost like a game of popularity. You got to get yourself out there before you come on strong saying, hey, $100 per this, $50 per that. I can tell you now, streamers and developers are more broke than you'd imagine. Even developers of games. You can ask Annie for proof. When we were at TwitchCon, there were so many big name developers, like the one for Ark Survival Evolved, that couldn't even get into the after party because they didn't have the money for the ticket, because they had to fly from so far away. Like, they're that broke. They don't make a lot of money, so you got to charge them less. Charge them less, get a name for yourself, get really low, and get a lot of work under your belt. The more work you get under you, that is your payment. That's what makes you look good. Don't be like, oh, $50, $100, $20, $25. Like, that's all. That's for someone that has established a name for themselves, and that name carries more than the art. So when I say, oh, my app or my emote was done by, God, I can't remember that famous guy, by so-and-so, they don't go, oh, who's that? They go, oh, you got that guy? Or that person? Oh, dang, you got your emotes from that one person. Like, that's what you want people to say. Oh, Earth Dragon did your emotes? Dang, she does everybody's emotes. She's good. No, she's good at what she does. Like, that's what you want to hear. It's easier to get $5 from everybody than to get $100 from one person. Let's throw her back in. Trying to keep everybody alive. Still got to keep going. Yeah, I agree. It was a bit headstrong for that, though. Honestly, I wanted to make it cheaper. However, parents think otherwise. Your parents have no business telling you how to do that. I mean, okay, no, your parents are your parents. I apologize. That was very rude of me. I should never tell you or your parents what to do. It was extremely rude, and I apologize. That was wrong. Your parents can say, they're your parents. They can say whatever they'd like to say. But coming from a professional in this industry that has been doing it for a long time, and just so some of y'all know my background before streaming, I was a professional skateboarder. So I've been in the industry of being sponsored since I was 14 years old. 14 to 31, okay? I've been sponsored. I know how to talk to people. I know how to talk to sponsors. I was traveling all over the U.S. doing competitions. If it wasn't for getting hurt so often and getting hurt so badly, I would still be doing skateboarding. I understand how it goes and how much of this is based on interning. Is that the right word for it? I'm looking for the right word, but uh-oh. Restream is logged me out. So I get re-chat. Hold on. I gotta move my chat then. I'm gonna go in here. Let me grab this really quick. Oh no! Y'all are gonna hear a little bit of that. Sorry about that. I had to go through that. I was trying to pull up my dashboard instead. I pulled up my actual stream. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get to my dashboard so I can re-chat through there. But yeah, headstrong. However, just know that I'm not judging you by it. We're all making mistakes. I am 31 years old and I'm still a child that makes mistakes. Just trying to learn my way through this. Honestly, I don't judge at all. I hope nobody thinks that. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to be helpful. And sometimes I do come off a little strong. I think that's how people see it. Strong, harsh, too much. There's so many things that it could be. So I apologize if it comes out that way. Just know that it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be helpful. It truly is. I do really wish you the best. You've spent a lot of time in here, so I'm trying to be honest. But on that one, just don't ask anyone else for help. If you choose to trust me on that one, then let me help you out. Let me manage the situation. Again, I will never ask for any money. I will never ask for any compensation. It's not that kind of managing. It's just the kind of saying, if you make it, that helps me. That benefits me. Like, if everyone around me is doing good, I do good. So why would I want people to fail around me? I want y'all to succeed. You know, that gains loyalty, so you'd be willing to hang out with me and watch me stream and watch my videos if I'm helping you get whatever your dream is. So know that I want your view more than I want anything else. Watching my video is how I get paid. Watching my streams, it helps me out. That is all I'm asking for in compensation. That's it. That's it. Just watch something. You don't even have to watch it. Just put it up on your thing. It helps me that much when y'all watch an ad or you watch a video. So I will never ask for money. I just want you to succeed. And to succeed, think about interning. Think about working with someone for free. And then think about trying to go as cheap as you can to get your name in with developers. For instance, if I find, I doubt this will happen just because they're so small and they're from Russia, but for instance, in Dragon Champions, if they chose to talk to you about Lizard Wizard, which I already have been confirmed they won't, but if they did, let's hypothetically, you would need to intern. You would need to do it for free for a little while to show them that you can do it more than once. You're not a one-trick pony. A lot of people are one-trick ponies where they can do one job, or they did one picture that's their best-looking picture, or they made one game that was their best game, and that was all they ever had. They want to know that you can do more than that. You have to prove your worth to people. You need to have made emotes for a lot of people, and when someone's like, okay, can I see your work? You're like, well, I made these emotes for this person, these emotes for this person, these emotes for this person. If it's development, I made this game, and I made this game, and I made this game. As a broadcaster or a streamer, content creator, when I go to TwitchCon, I'm like, I've worked on this game, and this game. This is how I promoted it. This is how I treat my channel. This is my 5-year, 8-year plan. I literally was telling them my plan. I was like, I have a 7 to 10 year plan on how I want my thing to go. That's what they're looking for. That's what everybody's looking for, is professionalism in their thing. Whatever field you choose, be professional. And know that some of the people that get up the fastest worked for free in the beginning. They interned. They showed their worth. They didn't come in strong saying, I deserve this, I deserve that. No, just know that nobody wants to hear that. How would you like it if someone came in and started telling you that someone deserves something from you? You probably wouldn't like it that much. Not if you're being honest with yourself. But no, Earth Dragon, if it feels like I've beat up on you a little bit, I hope you know that you're amazing and you've done great and your art is really well. And if I do beat up on you at all, it's because I really want you to do good. You have good stuff. It seems like you're very talented. And the best part about you is that you're young and talented. You're not old and finding your talent. You're trying to find it while you're young. It's so important. It's so important to keep that. Keep that. Keep trying. Keep doing your game development and art. Those two things, it's really good, but just know that there's not very much money in those two things. Even if you got to work for a AAA title someday. I was talking to Tony, forgot his name. He's a huge streamer. Streams for like over 100, 200 people every night. And he's talking about it too. He said, go look up a game development studio and look at the artists and the game developers and see if you see any over the age of 30 or 25. The reason the answer is almost always no is because there's no money in it, and it's a job for starters. It's not a job for people that end up. You either do it to make your own development company, or you end up quitting someday and find another job somewhere else. This is not going to work out for me. I can already tell. Snorri is kicking my butt. I hate Snorri so much. I hate going against him, but I love him when he's on my team. What Well, it can't be slander if it's true, but he knows not to stream. What? He know, but Ho knows not to stream. Creative criticism, something I need more of, honestly. Yeah, creative criticism is great, but the hardest part is knowing that almost all criticism is meant to be constructive. Constructive criticism, like let's say someone comes in and says, "Oh, I hate your channel. It's so stupid." If they don't have anything specifically to hate about your channel, then it's just dumb. It's nonsense and it's meant to be brushed off your shoulder. If they have something that's constructive, like, "Oh, I hate your channel because you're always ranting," for instance, more than playing the game. That's constructive. Even if they actually feel that way and they hate it about you, that's something you can work with. It's something you don't have to take to heart and be like, that hurts my feelings or that hurts. Take it constructively. Say, you know what? You're right. I'm going to work on being better about playing a game and make my rants shorter and smaller. It's still streaming. You still get to be you and do you. But you can also work within the parameters of everybody else. You're compromising. Compromise and taking criticism is going to be the majority of doing this job. Like I said, I compare this to sales jobs because in selling, you're going to take a lot of crap and a lot of hate. But if you can turn that hate into constructive criticism, the things you can build off of and work with, you will make it. You will. You just got to be patient. You're not the best. You're not a superhero. You're not freaking Superman or Captain Marvel. You're not the greatest. You're nothing. You have to understand you're nothing and you're starting at nothing. And that's the best part. You're starting with nothing, with no preconceived notion of who you are or what you stand for, and you get to start from there. That should be the greatest feeling, is that you're starting at the bottom, working your way up. You're not someone going out into the world going, everybody's like, "Oh, Earth Dragon, she's not already famous? Wow." Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's the best part. That's what got me through TwitchCon, is I kept saying, "Oh man, they're going to hate me," or "My channel's not big enough," or "I'm not going to be good enough," or "Maybe I don't say the right thing." It's not about that. It's about knowing that you're nothing. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't know you. They've never met you. They don't know anything about you. And that's the best part. It's after you've been streaming for 5-10 years and you've made a fool of yourself or you've made some bad decisions. That's when you should be scared. That's when you are somebody and you have made a reputation. But so far, you're a kid. You're in the best, perfect place you could ever be, ever. You have every door open for you. Just make sure whatever you do, you focus it and you do it right. And you take all criticism constructively. All of it. Don't let people get you down. If it's pointless, it's pointless. Just let it brush off you. But if someone hates something specific, either say, "Yes, constructive criticism, I'll try to change that. I'll try to be better at that." Or say, "You know what? This is my house and I don't need you in it." Ban them or push them away. It's always up to you. But take it constructively. Don't let anyone ever put you down. Don't ever especially let anything I say get you down. That's not what I'm ever trying to do. I know some of the things are negative, but it's negative because they're true. I keep going for solace in the middle, but I'm starting to see that that's not exactly what I should be doing. Exit the window, you will lose. Ooh. Okay. Nope, gotta change it back. Never mind. Never mind. I almost messed that up. Okay, so I need 3 more people. I'm not liking who I have. I need a... I can't switch it up. I want to switch it up so bad. What if... Man, this is so tough. Okay, hold on. All allied members of the order receive... Okay, but that's not going to really help that much. Humans gave 5% counter. Yeah, I feel like Tromguard's still a better lead. So I'm going to Tromguard it. Then I'm going to Solace. And then... I mean, I know I'm putting Nightiel. Oh, I have to put Darian. Okay, okay, so I don't have a choice. So there, and then Nightingale. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But yeah, I really do wish you the best. I hope it all works out. I know I'm not the best motivational speaker because my stuff is usually on what's hard. I don't like to talk about what's easy. There's no point. There's really not very many easy parts about this, to be honest. It's mostly just hard work every day. People think that sitting in a chair playing video games is easier than going to work. I promise it's not. You start to not like the games you're playing because you're forced to play them, one. And two, you don't get paid to play them, which sucks for your mental health over time because every human feels deserving. We all feel deserving and we all want to be loved. We all want to feel purpose. And a lot of times that can be what holds us back the most. So I'm not telling anybody how they should feel, but for me personally, I like knowing that I'm nothing. I like knowing that I'm down here at the bottom and I'm making a name for myself. I don't already have a name. I wasn't born Superman or born someone great or someone evil. I'm not good or evil. I'm trying my best to be the best I can be and do the best job that I can be. And I hope that that promotes and inspires other people to try to do what they can to be the best version of themselves in whatever they try, whatever they choose to do. And if I can give a little bit of helpful advice every now and then, I hope that works out. So I wish you the best. I've ranted for so long, even pretty much the entire stream. I'm so sorry, everybody. Today's stream was not a good one. I came straight ranting. That is my fault. I apologize. Went too hard today. Ugh. I think I'm stressed. We have house guests coming over today, so the house is frantic. Annie's trying to clean everything, and I'm like, ugh. Also, my chat, by the way, went down, so I'm having to like look all the way over here, and I can only see Twitch chat. If you're in YouTube, please join us in Twitch, and I apologize for not being able to read the YouTube chat right now. I wish I could. I mean, I can try to find. Oh, that I think is what happened. Okay, no, I think I figured it out. I think on YouTube it just went down, but it didn't go down on Twitch. So if I do. Oh, well, let me do that anymore. Where the crap? Okay, well, what I was going to try isn't going to work now. But, yeah, you need to be a motivational speaker, dude, because this works. See, I'm not the greatest motivational speaker. Most motivational speakers are fake. They're all there to stroke your ego and say what you're great at and to help you get nowhere, to help you keep peeling your tires out in a puddle of mud. I mean, just imagine you get your car stuck in mud and the best advice someone says to you is to keep hitting the gas. You're getting nowhere, you're flinging mud, you're digging yourself deeper into a hole that you can't get out of. If you want to get out, grow the hell up in the nicest way possible. I don't mean to be mean, but grow the hell up. Start taking criticism. Don't let people... I'm not saying don't let people push you around in the sense that you need to be mean or fight back. I'm not saying that. I'm saying get thicker skin. I mean, if you want to not have thicker skin, go work at Walmart. Go work somewhere where you can hide. But if you're going to try something like this or game development or something that actually your whole purpose in life is to get out and talk with people, you got to start learning to talk with people and how to make other people happy, not so much yourself. You need to really get out there and say, what I'm here to do is to try to please as many people as I can, but not everyone. You'll never please everyone. If you try that, you'll break yourself. You're not there for everyone. But you do want to try to make people happy if you can. So, motivational speaker, it's not something I really am. Spartan, hey, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, and also everyone on YouTube has to watch out for the demonetization hammer. Oof. Yeah, especially if you're young, channel-wise. If your channel is young, like let's say, when I say young, I mean under 1,000 subscribers. If you're under 1,000 subscribers, it's really tough. From 1,000 to 10,000, it's like the worst because after 1,000, you're sponsored. After 10,000, you get a partnership. So between that, they're testing you like crazy. Everybody thinks that it's something the algorithm's out to get you, and maybe it is. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but in my opinion, it's more that they literally are trying to help with botting and all this other craziness, cheating, and trying to see, are you actually there? Because technically, let's say that someone is a YouTuber, and let's say they're past 1,000, they're at 8,000 subscribers, they're almost at 10, and they average 500 to 1,000 views a day, which should be average for someone at that point already. So if that's what you average, let's say I take off demonetization, or let's say that, which only means that the YouTuber isn't making money, that has nothing to do with your views. That's like just for a couple of days or a week until they fix it. So let's say you stop making money, or let's say that they, because this is something that happens more often than not that YouTubers don't talk about, is that they will actually siphon your views. First off, they funnel your views. Like, let's say one day you get, let's say you average 500 views, and then let's say tomorrow, the next day, you pulled in 10,000 views. What they will do is on your YouTube dashboard, on your analytics, I'm sorry, they will funnel views. So you will see there's 10,000 views. Your viewers will only see 500, and it will slowly trickle up because they are going through each one, and their algorithm is trying to see who's a bot, who's not, who has separate accounts. If you have multiple accounts, you won't count. And it really hurts you. And if they find multiple people trying to cheat, they then punish you, your channel. And a lot of people think that's wrong, but a lot of times people do ask, say, hey, if you have 2 different accounts, please sub me on both. You don't want to promote bad things because you're only inviting those bad things in to happen. Okay, we're going to do this. Spartan, I'm so sorry that you got here while I was ranting. I apologize. I have been just on a thing today. We got talking about YouTube and Twitch, streaming, game development, stuff like that, and it has just been rant city. But I'm going to give it up. I'm only going to be streaming probably another 30 minutes or so, so I'm going to stop. Only speak of game stuff and game development unless anybody wants to talk about TwitchCon. TwitchCon's a fun place to be. Looking for my demon. Here we go. Now, I usually won't put money into these people. How much do I have? Okay. I have 1.5. Let's go to 45. The only reason I'm putting stuff in right now is because I really need it. Oh, I don't want to use gear either. But again, I need to be able to 3-star these events so I can farm them so I don't have to keep doing them every day. I've actually already put his stuff to 2. That's kind of an upgrade for most people. But yeah, I apologize to everyone else, if there was anyone else that sat through all that. I apologize you had to hear it all, but it is true. It was all true stuff. Yep, that's going to be the best we can. Actually, I probably could have taken him out and used my elf. Oh, I could have. Oh, why did I waste money in you? Now I feel stupid because I could have put more money in you. Oh, misplay. Misplay. Dang it, I ran out of energy and Draco coins. I'm doing that all the time. I'm telling you, best thing you can do, and a lot of people keep saying that, oh, you have to pay to play. There is a portion of paying that does help drastically in this game. I will admit that. It's so true. Oh, misplay. Please let that dodge count. Woo, dodge saved me. Dodge saved me. But honestly, my biggest thing that I think that everybody should put a little bit of money in. I'm not one to take people from free to play to money, but there's that $5 offer for a month. If you log in every day, you're getting a free 200 plus a free 800 Draco coins your first day. Excuse me. And it's the best. It helps out because that 200 free extra every day allows me to refresh to get what I need, and it just gets the job done. I mean, for $5, it really has been what pushes me big time. Annie's free to play for the most part, but that was something she did. She did that one. She did the Freezard pack, and then for all of the orcs, I believe she bought the $2.99 pack to up them 1 star so that she could attempt the Solus event. So for like easily less than $20, she has stuck to very low minnow status. I wouldn't even call her a dolphin. I still think of myself as a dolphin. I do a lot of $5. I do like almost $5 a day in this game. Well, not $5 a day. That's a lie. I do $5 here and there, which is true, but not $5 a day. But then there are days that I spend more, so maybe it is. But I try to spend the least amount possible. I'm a dolphin. I haven't got to whale status. Apparently, whale doesn't even start until after $500 in the game. And that's per month. Who does that? Like, I've had my bad months. My worst month ever in a video game for spending money was Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes when Jedi Knight Revan came out the very first time. He just had been released. I spent $380 something dollars. I pretty much spent $400, we'll say, because it was shy of like maybe $10 or so. But I spent basically $400 in one day, which is the worst whole month of video game in-app purchases I've ever done. I'd never spend that much, ever. I always go low, really low, as low as I can, if not free to play. But I wanted Revan. I liked him. I wanted him. I knew how good he was going to be. And honestly, I still to this day have not felt bad about it. I got to jump from like top 2,000 in arena to the top like 50, and still I hold top 200 without even trying. And that's with Darth Malik, or with Malik and Darth Revan coming out and stuff. Still, he does well. So I got my money out of it. And I don't drink, by the way. I truly don't drink alcohol. I have a weak stomach lining, so I just can't. I get stomach ulcers and I bleed. So it's not by choice, it's by medical reason. But I don't drink, I don't go to bars, I don't go to clubs. So all that money that I save on the weekends, I spend in apps. I'm a nerd, and that's where my money goes. I'm cool with it. I'm fine. But that's why I chose to spend that $400 there. I have friends that spend $100 in the weekends or $200 every weekend just on drinking with their friends at bars. So I'm not too mad at myself for doing it. I still feel it was more responsible than drinking. But that was the worst. That was the worst. My average month for in-app purchases, and this is all my in-app purchases, all of my games, I play 3 games, Marvel Strike Force, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and Dragon Champions. That's all I spend money in, at least. Out of all 3 of those, I bet you I spend less than $50 a month. Less than $50 a month. And again, that's like my party budget also. That's not just like my, play money. That's like, if I were a drinker, if I were someone that's self-medicated with those things, that's that money. That's where that money goes to. It makes me happy with games. I get my happiness and joy out of this. Being able to move myself up or get to have a little bit more fun with it, or for instance, also doing it for my channel, so there's multiple reasons. But I love it. I love putting my money into video games. I love it. I love it. Earth Dragon, do you ever put money in games? I know that you have to save up for certain games, like, for instance, Arc Genesis is coming up. You got to be saving for that, I bet. But what other games do you spend money in? Do you ever spend money in apps? I know you're younger. Trust me, when you hit, like, 25 to 30, I'm going to ask you this again, because I'll still be doing this. I'm sure you'll still be around somewhere. But I'm going to ask you again, and I bet your answer's going to change. You're probably going to say something like, oh, barely, or no. But, man, when you have a full-time job, you're going to be like, oh, I came home from work, and I was so tired and stressed, I did not want to do those missions. So, yeah, I spent $5 to get that energy refresh so that I could, jump up a little bit. I missed out on all the energy refreshes this morning working hard. Like, I feel like that's every adult. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you're an adult, is in the sense that you have a full-time job, 5 here, 5 there, 20 every now and then, for the bigger things, it becomes almost a necessity. You're just like, I have to have that. Oh yeah, I need that. I do, at least. I love it. Also, I've gotten to the point that there's no way I'm going to 3-star these since I didn't 3-star the ones before them. So that's why, if anyone's wondering, why are you not trying to 3-star right now? I'm just trying to get through. I refuse to put more coins and more green abilities in anything that's trash in this game. So I'm not leveling up every freaking tank in this game. Why did they do this, by the way? What game says that to get ability stuff, you have to use all tanks or all healers or all of this? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I've had plenty of games, Marvel Strike Force and other ones, they use factions. So let's say it's all Spider-Verse, or it's all this, or it's all city heroes. So you could use Defenders, or you could use Miss Marvel, or you could use Chavez. I can't remember the first part of that name. You could do so many different things. You can kind of theory craft with weird teams. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they really do all healers in that game, and I just never realized it. But I find this annoying. I refuse to put all into every tank just yet. I know eventually this will be nothing, but right now, we're too early game. I'm trying to focus. Focus up. I feel like I might be focusing the wrong areas, though. Oh my god. This mic is right in the way for reading anything. So sorry I have to duck down. Oh, you joined a sick club. Now only realizing there's just Dutch and themselves. I did once, but it reset my password for both accounts and kicked me out. I spent it on School of Dragons for 3 months membership to get my Stormcutter named Greathorn. Nice. Is that the game that I played with you? Is that the dragon game? I had to stop playing that game. I had to stop playing that one. I did, I tried not spending money, so what I did was I bought the $9 monthly, and I was like, you know, this is going to be a fun way for me to catch up, and I'll play it often enough that the $9 will be worth it, and that'll be fine. It gave me a free Stormcutter that looked super awesome, and it gave me a bunch of extra little energy and coins per day, and it let me grab a little bit more extra energy. So I was like, you know what? I can handle that. That's something I can handle. And then it got out of hand. I forgot what it was like. I stopped playing it for like a month or two, maybe 2 months, and then I kept getting this charge, and I was like, where's this charge coming from? And I realized that I paid for the monthly and forgot to take it off. And I just got so mad that I stopped playing the game altogether. I was like, you know what? I'm done. It was my fault. I mean, I shouldn't have done the monthly without thinking to stop it, but I paid for at least a month and a half, 2 months of not even touching the game, and I still lost 20 bucks. Well, I don't have to leave. I can just let it finish. There's no way I'm getting through that one. I'll have to refight the other one. No, this one's a different one. Oh, okay. There's so many dragon games. I've played so many dragon games. I actually don't have my phone next to me. That's weird. Usually my phone's always with me. Sometimes I forget it. Oh, it's downstairs charging. I forgot it's downstairs charging. So yeah, sometimes I lose my phone, but for the most part, it's with me, and I have so many dragon games. I mostly like, for it to be a dragon game, it has to be a city builder of some kind of where you collect, almost like a hero collector game like this one, where you're pretty much going through and you're trying to collect different types of dragons or different looks, and the whole point is to just keep collecting and make little islands and stuff. I love those. I can play those all day. But then once I found these games, I got too into it. It got boring because for so many years I was playing those games, and you just keep collecting a dragon, and then someone else comes out with another app that it's just different looking dragons, and then another app comes out, and now this one has dragons and creatures, or this one has whatever. It all became so boring and monotonous that I just stopped playing them because I like the strategy. I like the idea of... I enjoy more of the idea of having characters to collect that also fight. And I know that there's one dragon game that I played. I'll have to look up the name because I know I still have it downloaded on my iPad at least. Because my iPad's old. But it was a dragon game that over time actually did get fighting. They added a PvP section to it, but still it was so simple and basic, and it just didn't feel right to me. It wasn't something I enjoyed. It was one-on-one. If you've ever played it, it was a one-on-one fight. And it just, I don't know. There were like 2 dragons that were overpowered. If you had those dragons, you were going to win. And they weren't even that great looking, and it was just boring. If I'm not mistaken, my dad might actually still play that game. Usually games that I start quitting is when my dad starts playing them, and he's like, oh, I love that one. That's good stuff. He's country. I reckon. Dragon City? I believe it is Dragon City. I believe that it is. I'll still go back, make sure, because truly there really are so many different dragon games. But I will check. I think that was it. I will, if I can find them, I can screenshot all my accounts and show you that in every dragon game that I know of, that's like a dragon collector, for the time that I quit, I was fully maxed out on everything. Fully maxed out level, fully maxed out characters, collected everything. I was so obsessed with them. That's just being younger. You have so much extra time and you don't care about life or your future or anything else. You think you do. You know, like you think you're trying your best, but it's different when you get older. There's so much in the way of a future. Like, hospital bills, doctor bills, medical bills, your apartment bills, your electricity, your trash, your pet bills. And that's not even including what you need: gas, food, um, shelter, just like the main things you have to pay for. There's so much to take care of and pay for when you get older. It stops becoming about who you want to be and turns into what can you do today? Like, how much can you actually complete? How much can you get done? How much can you do without getting too stressed? So, push. I love Earth Dragon for how hard she pushes. More people should push hard to set up a future than just be like, I'm awesome, it's gonna work out. That's good luck. Can I make the foam go away? Please go away, foam. You can't destroy foam. Whoa, that made it worse. Is my cup falling apart? It looks like I grabbed a hair, but it's not hair. It's like a piece of plastic, I guess. I'm not drinking the foam. The foam's gross. That's so much foam. That's all foam. That's all just nasty, nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Indestructible milk foam. I know. You can't defeat it. So, a funny story, I don't think that I've told y'all before, is I took, when I was in school, editing was very, very new still, so they didn't really have electives or classes for it. But my senior year, there was a college elective class you could take, okay? This is how not computer literate we were in my day. And this is, again, this is not very long ago. This is 10 years ago, okay? Like, things have gone fast in the last 10 years. But 10 and a half years ago, 11 years ago, when I was a senior in high school, it was computer mastering, or computer master was, I think, the course elective that you could take, the course class. And you learned how to basically make a website from scratch, so you could do coding, just basic coding though. And then you also learned how to do basic video editing, and you could make like one of our projects for the end, like our final grade project, was you had to make something that had interactive things, like something I could click on and something that would happen. You had to have stuff that moved. You had things move around, stuff like that. I did a really funny one that we won't talk about because I was a child. I was just being funny and stupid. But one of my friends that I helped work on, because we all kind of helped each other, I was the voice actor for a ice cream cone, and I was a superhero ice cream cone that was fighting Godzilla for whatever reason. We were kids, I don't know. But it was just like this weird, stupid little thing where if you clicked on me, I would say certain things, being the ice cream cone, and basically my character would just like float around. I was an ice cream cone with arms and a jetpack. Who knows? I mean, I feel like Godzilla would just eat me or like melt my ice cream. I don't know. It was stupid. But basically there was like a building and it would have lights on it, and Godzilla could like crawl up it, and you had to turn it into some type of miniature game. So for instance, if it got close enough, you could use your cursor on your mouse and you could click on Godzilla, and I would like pew pew pew, and I'd like shoot little bullets, and it actually had that sound, pew pew pew, and it would hit Godzilla, and if the second it makes contact, it would have little explosions, and you basically just had to code all that. You had to create it, and back then that was like mind blowing, and it took us almost 7 months of class. Like literally, first few months was like learning coding, and then the last like 6 to 7 months of that class, or like the last like 4 or 5 months of that class, was just sitting there and trying your best to work on that one project. It was crazy. People have come so far. The fact that Earth Dragon's a senior and can work on actually making a game, that's awesome. It's awesome. Excuse me. But the reason I thought of that is because indestructible milk. I was thinking of an ice cream man. That's where that story came from. It wasn't random. I was like, that's indestructible. Oh man, I have such crazy burps now. It is not agreeing with me. Ooh. Yeah, my stomach doesn't like it. It's like, What are chia seeds? Do they even digest? I feel like they don't. Feels so weird in there. Okay, I'm 13 energy out of 16. I couldn't do it even if I wanted to. Trying to see if I can level up at all. I mean, I can level up my main team. I guess we'll level up Tromgard. He's really never that bad to level up. Taking him to the top. Oh. Such a low amount of extra. Wait, what else can I do? Ooh. Nope, still saving. Still saving. Still saving. Not going to spin that just yet. Actually, out of Solus or Nightiel, I'm going to go Nightiel. Might level up one of Nightiel's moves. Love this character. Love, love, love this character. My best damage dealer right now. Then we're going to come all the way down here to Hard Orc and Solus. We're going to upgrade Solus and pray that we can do Hard Orc after this. Hoping for the best. The more you try, the worse the foam gets. It's like the Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters. Because it's fluffy and whippy and dairy. Oh my god, that's like my arch nemesis is a dairy monster. I've never thought of it that way, but that kind of is a thing since I'm lactose intolerant. This has no dairy in it. But you get what I'm saying. If it was dairy, I'd be like freaking out. Okay, so what I'm doing basically right now, just to talk it through, is I'm basically trying to get my main team and then all the other people that I use a lot to 58. That'd be great. But for anyone that's wondering why I don't up my abilities right now is because it takes so many. Like, look at that. 24. 24. And I believe it used to take a lot more than that. 35. So I'm not trying to use them all up right now. I'm trying to wait till I know exactly what I want upgraded. Because right now, I just don't. I mean, I know exactly what I want upgraded. But I've already done it. This is what I suggest everybody do is these two moves. And then get this one up on Tromgard. This you will not regret. No matter what else comes up, no matter if orcs aren't that usable anymore, Tromgard still will be usable. He's still good. I mean, hey, it's either actually making a game or listening to this crazy hippie Karen haircut teacher preacher. Oh my god. Haircut teacher preacher about poetry and essential oils. I don't know who Karen is, but I would stay far, far away from Karen. I would stay far, far away from Karen. Karen scares me. Hippie, haircut, teacher, preacher about poetry and essential oils. That's honestly, that's like fear wrapped up in a bottle. I mean, most people that are hippies because they can't handle life and they would rather everything love them than ever take any amount of hate. So the answer to thick skin to them is like, hell no, you should love me for who I am and appreciate me for any mess ups that I do. So I'm going to do, when I think hippie, I think I'm going to do as much drugs and drink as much alcohol as I can. And if you don't like it, then you're a bad person because you're not accepting of the way I choose to live my life. Again, I'm all for happiness and peace and love. But for me, it's, can I have that peace, love, and happiness without hurting or making someone else be my babysitter? If you're going to do drugs and sit there and get really drunk or be a hippie, to me that's being a hippie, is just being someone that loves that freedom of life. Do it, but don't do it to the point that you can't take care of yourself. Hopefully you can hold your own alcohol or whatever else it is that you're doing. And then when you say haircut, that someone that cuts your hair that also might be a teacher that preaches about stuff and then also is into poetry and then essential oils. Well, essential oils is usually like the low ring of door-to-door, what's it called? Pyramid scheme marketing or pyramid scheme sales, but it's something micro, something managing. I don't know. It's usually the low end. It's like doing a lower form of Mary Kay. Mary Kay, even, you can make money off of it, but it's still a scam. You're still trying to make someone else sell something that you don't want to sell anymore so that you can make a % off that person and so that they can hire someone to make a % of a % off that person. It's still a pyramid scheme. Oh, thank you. Multi-level marketing scheme. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. I could not think of it. I've done one. I'm stupid. I was a child once. I wanted quick money, and I did. I worked for a company called Go Dish, for a little while. That was a company. It was like a consulting company that basically takes a product, Dish TV service, and they sell it. But the crappy scam part of it, well, no, that's not multi-level marketing system. That's just, it's a scam because they basically, they sell you the dish, the TV service, but then when you go to complain or something didn't go right and you call back, there's nothing we could do because we're not actually Dish. We are a partnered company with Dish. So I felt like that was a scam, and I quit that job my third week there. I made tons of money. In 3 weeks, I made over like 3 or 4 grand. I was making easily over $1,000 a week. I was killing it. But I felt so horrible after a while. And I was about to get fired anyways because I was making a lot of money because I was trying to help people. I kept telling people, I'll never forget Rose. She was the person I helped. She was someone on the phone, and I still remember her last name. I won't say it on stream. That's very rude. But I can remember even her last name, and she was an older woman that was in her late 40s, and she wanted to go back to college so that she could have a life for herself. Her kids are finally out of the house. It's like 40-something. Her kids are finally gone out of the house and leaving her alone, and she wanted to have a better life. She was poor. Poor in the sense that she was broke all the time, and she was trying to get TV service and internet so that she could go back to college and stuff. And I basically told her against it because she could only get HughesNet, which is a low form of internet that most people have problems with, and it's not good. So if that's your only thing, you're going to not only pay a huge deductible, you're going to pay $400 up front. There's like $200 in hidden fees. Plus, I still have to charge you like $100 a month or some crap because you have like this satellite fee or some crap. It's horrible. It's a scam because they don't want you to tell people about it. So I was telling her about it, and I remember telling her, I was like, go to your local library and you get free internet, and it's free to use, and most people don't use it. Also, they have books that you can study. You can do whatever you need if you're not using internet. And I basically gave her all these things, and all our calls are recorded. They say for your protection, but it's usually just to get us in trouble. And I remember I had a huge talking to about doing that I wasn't promoting what it is. Who cares what their financial situation is? If they want to put themselves in debt, you should help them be in debt. I couldn't do that. I fail at sales jobs. I'm not good at it. I would rather be harsh than try to be fake. So I ended up here. This is not the job that I overall wanted to be. I wanted money like most people, but I'm not cut out for sales. I can sell like crazy, and I broke most sales records at all the sales jobs I've had. I've had several sales jobs, but I'm not about that life. As a person that's younger in your 20s, if you need quick money, go get a sales job. That's not the worst. It's not great, and it's hard work, and you only make commission, but it is pretty quick, easy money if you're just trying to do something, if you need a little bit of food money or rent money or something. But don't ever let them trick you into it being a career or long-lasting. I see so many slimy-looking people that work at those places when they're older, call centers and stuff. And when I say slimy, I'm not talking about their attitude. I'm talking about them. Like, they look greasy. They look like they've never showered. They have, like, 4 watches at their desk because every year the company will give them, like, a stupid watch, and they're like, this is my greatest achievement. It's like, it's not good. Don't let that trick you. I care about my community. I don't want anybody to end up there. You can work there. I don't care. That's fine. But if you start looking at that like it's a full-time career and you're going to do sales for the rest of your life, not in my house. I will parent everybody and kick you out of my stream and ban you to where you can't come back if that's what you want. I will punish people. I know that sounds wrong, but it's real. I don't want anybody being scammed. I don't see us all as super smart, always knowing the right answer. Sometimes we got to make mistakes to figure things out, and that was one that I figured out. Ugh. I have one person in my head that I can remember that was the slimiest looking dude. He just always had greasy hair, and he never wanted to talk to anybody. And they would do these Christmas parties where you could go to the Christmas party. And I was only there for 1 year. It was a company called Triumph. And that was a multi-level marketing system where basically pyramid scheme, whatever you want to call it. It was where we would go and we would take stuff from like companies. Again, it's another consulting firm where you go and you take someone else's thing that they have trouble selling and you sell it for them. You only make commission, but this one wasn't a scam like Mary Kay where I have to buy the product from you and then if I don't sell it, I'm stuck with it. Not like that. It wasn't a scheme in that sense. It was that I go to work, I pick it up, I go out, I do a bunch of demonstrations for people, try to sell stuff, and I come back and I give them all the stuff back, and they give me a paycheck. And I also made money on top of my commission, so it wasn't just commission only. If it's only commission and you have to buy the product first and you're stuck with it if you don't sell it, that's a scheme. That, to me, that's schemy as crap. I hate those things. But this one was more of a paycheck, but it's still, I didn't like the way they treated you at the company, and I didn't like the way things went. But still, it made quick money. It definitely made money really fast. 62, 59, 57. See if I can take this one out. But gets the job done. But I try to stay away from all those things. I try to think long term. I think of and I don't want anybody else to think this way, but I think of sickness first, like doctor bills, hospital bills, things like that. I've been cursed with having tons of those. So I try to focus on having a future and long-term goals. Long-term goals are better than short-term goals. You should always have short-term goals for yourself, but knowing your future, or knowing that you have a goal, a future that you're working towards, is better. If you work at a sales job, they always tell you, just think about the right now. Aren't you happy? Aren't you making money? Aren't you feeling good? Can't you take your friends out to eat tonight? Isn't that enough for you? Are you being selfish thinking of the future? Are you being selfish not enjoying the here and now? They will trick you with so many weird things. Confuse your brain. Man, I apologize. Today's stream has been weird. I don't know why I've been so preachy today. I'm the hippie, what was it? Hippie haircut teacher, preacher, poetry, essential oil person. That's me today. That is me. I can't get out of preacher mode. Okay. Trying to take out Venomate right now. Okay, so the only reason I'm bummed that Kiara just put everybody invisible is because technically my taunt counter is not going to work now, and that's what bums me out the most. It bums me out because Venomate is pretty hard to take out, and this guy shielding everybody is not going to make it any easier on me. There we go, there we go. Boom! Okay, now going for Kiara. I know I should probably go for Shield Guy, but honestly, she's bumming me out by keeping them invisible because Trauma Guard's not getting anything done. Okay, offense up. Oh, no, no. Oh, misplay. I meant to hit Kiara. I thought it was still on Kiara. Okay, after this, I'm going to do Cheat Death. And then it should be... Oh, well. Cheat Death and then auto. It'll make it. MLM, multi-level marketers. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Okay, cool. Whew. I'm trying to see how I can check my timer. Where's my Discord now? Doop, 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 doop. Okay. Oh, yes, awesome. Okay, hour 53 minutes, so I'm pretty much almost done. I'm trying to make sure that I can try to hit at least an hour to 2 hours a day. And then I might even do 2 streams a day. I was thinking about doing that, doing a daytime stream and a nighttime stream. Just because we're kind of getting back into everything, so our numbers are so much smaller and lower. So I'm trying to make sure I do that. Whew. Okay, now that should have finished up my arenas for the day. Got it. Okay, so I did my arenas. I worked a little bit in tournament. We have an hour and 7 minutes left. We still have time, but it looks like everything else is done, and we did do all our towers, or as far in towers as we could today. I should have been paying more attention, but I think I'm going to call it a day here. Thank you so much, everybody that is here. If anyone's here, I can't even see anymore, but thank you, honestly, to Earth Dragon for being here. I appreciate it, and you dealing with my whininess today, and anyone else that stopped by, I apologize for being so whiny today. I know it can be seen as constructive criticism, but this is my job, and I should have been more professional today, and I should have not whined for the entire stream. So I apologize. I couldn't have made today more fun, but I hope everybody has a great and fantastic day. I know today's going to be a little bit crazy for me. I hope everybody has a fun day, though. Find the most fun thing to do. Oh, You honestly sounded exactly like my teacher. She always complains that no one's participating in here, and now and instead only looking to the future, which makes me want to say, well, what's the point of living the now, wasting it instead of making sure you have a life tomorrow? To her, to get her to the top of. I might have to read that one more. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Honestly, sound like the teacher. She always complains that no one's participating in the here and now, and instead of only looking to the future. Okay, so she's upset that no one lives in the here and now instead of looking towards the future, which makes me want to say, well, what's the point of living in the now, or what's the point of living in the now, wasting it instead of making sure you have a life tomorrow? It's a really good statement and question. And this is going to be my last thing before I get off. There's a big part of that is, and this is kind of a cop-out, it's being an adult. Being a child, you should always, and this is just, again, I want this to be very clear. Anybody listening to this in the future in a VOD, or if you're watching this live, it's all about knowing yourself and your own situations. And as a child, how I will treat my kids, this is not how I care if anybody else is, but when I have a child, I hope that I can inspire them to live in the here and now, and I hope that they have fun and enjoy life while they can, because being an adult is hard and you have to worry about so much so often that it's hard to live in the here and now. So I think that's more of a statement for adults, that you need to learn to understand that living in the here and now does not mean you can't also think about your future. It does not mean you can't do both. You should find a way to enjoy how you are and find happiness in life, but that doesn't mean every aspect of your day or your life has to be happy. If you're that person that's looking for the perfect job that makes you happy, if you're that person that's like, I don't want a job unless it makes me happy. I don't want to do this unless it makes me happy. I don't want to do this because I'm trying to live in the here and now. You're going to punish yourself. You'll only be hurting yourself. You need to understand that living in the here and now is part finding happiness in what life throws your way, is how I take that. It's not, I'm only going to do what makes me happy. It's finding happiness in what life throws at me. And some people don't have tomorrow. Some people are born with cancer, like little kids. Some people find a sickness, like my brother got it when he was, I believe he was 15 or 16 years old when he was diagnosed with cancer. So you have to love the here and now, because you never know if you have tomorrow. You could get hit in a car accident or whatnot. But that never means don't have goals. That never means I can't love my situation now. I can't love today and not think about the future. You should always say, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this is who I hope to be, and this is what I strive to be, and this is what I'm going to work towards. But at the same time, you have to find that balance of, I'm going to make today a good day. I'm going to take what I get, and I'm going to turn it into freaking gold, and I'm going to use that to get to my future goal too. So I hope that works out. Yeah, I hope that works out. I hope that wasn't too confusing or too crazy, but love who you are. Make the best out of your day today, but also think about your future. Think about what you want out of life and make it happen. Live your best life. I hope the best for everybody. I hope today wasn't too negative. I hope everybody enjoys everything. And you can have both. You can. You just have to make it happen. You can't only look for the good things in life. You have to make good things happen in your life. What? Like this? FC Takahashi. Got it. Takahashi, why'd you have to come here while I was at the end of my stream ranting? Are you just here for the rants? You crazy person. I miss you, by the way. I do. I miss seeing you. I read on Twitter that you did okay at your last tournament. I still follow you. I still stalk you. I'm sorry. But I hope everything's good with TCGO. I hope everything's been doing that. Please, I will be streaming tomorrow morning. I hope to see you in here if you have time. I know you're a really busy person. It was an accident. I bet it was. But I hope you have a fantastic day too. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm hopping off. But please come hang out with me tomorrow morning. I'd love to catch up with you on Pokemon. What's going on with it? How's the tournaments going? How much has changed? I'd love to talk to you more about it. But I will see everybody tomorrow. I got to go clean up the house because we have guests coming over later. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody. Bye. Later. I said later, and I don't even know where my bye button is. Hold on. I got to find it now because all my stuff got moved. I'm embarrassed. This has never happened before. I swear I'm more professional than this. All right, I think I do have time in the morning. Awesome. Sounds good. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Okay, I will say bye in just 1 second. Give me a second. All my tabs got moved around because my stuff got messed up. Oh, this is embarrassing. That's Discord. There it is. Okay, for real this time. Thanks so much, everybody, for showing up. It was great seeing y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Truly, I really hope you do. And I hope to see everybody tomorrow morning. Later, everybody.